はい、赤坊主です。やっていきます。ニックスとやっていきます。この試合が始まる前にね、言われたんですよ。結構上の方の人やったかコーチやったかに、向こうにはマーク・ガソルというリーグ最高のセンターがいる。ちょっと戦略を変えた方がいいんじゃないかっていうか、止めるためにしっかりこう練っていこうみたいなことを言われて、特に何も変えてないんですけど、これで少しはなんか被害を小さくできるはずだみたいな、完全に抑えるまでとはいかなくても被害を小さくできるはずだみたいなことを言ってたんですよね。でもどうやらそういう話でどうってわけじゃないんですけど、このマーク・ガソルというこの選手がどのぐらいすごいかっていうのは俺は知らないんで、ちょっと楽しみなのは楽しみです。どういう選手なのかっていうのはすごい楽しみです。
Anticipate. Yeah, they've got some talent, and I think most people thought this team would be pretty good. And yet everything's gone wrong for them to this point in the season. They better be careful. I mean, this season could really fall apart for them. Let's take a look at our starters.
向こうがセンターってことはこっちはマーチンとのマッチアップになってるはず。
And it's Brewer in at the two guards. Nane. And that
one
goes long. Marc Gasol, the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. Some question that selection, including me. But after you evaluate what he meant to that team defensively and how good he was individually and in the team concept, no argument anymore. Shot clock at 5. Crawford drives in, and the shot is good. Crawford's got his first basket of the night. And Portland has possession. 4-point game. They defeated Indiana in their last game. Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it. Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon. Marc Gasol, 7'1", a big body, but he's surprisingly light on his feet. He is so skilled, Kevin. One of my favorite players in the league. You know, he's lost some weight. Used to be heavy, but he's slimmed down. The skill level of the passing, the shooting, the awareness, the understanding of the game, it is fun to watch. Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
ちょっと勝負いけるか。さあどこまでいけるのか。今間違いないし。
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now let's find out what head coach Derek Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me, quote, I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in this league, no question.
かなりでかい気するぞ、あいつ。そんなかあんま変わらんのか。あ、ミス。入んのか。さあこいつがどのぐらい速いか。
You know, it was great too, Kevin.
いや間違えたまた。
Getting his own shots and making plays for others. Now here's Crawford on the wing, but 2. Gasol drives in. The shot misses. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. Last season they had a very easy time with this club. Of course, being East versus West, they only got to face them twice, but I'm sure they wish they had them on the schedule more often. They double him with the name.
Okay. 最後うしうし。あ、間違えた。間違えた。
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And with this quick break in play, Let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from three-point range over the last 10 games. Jeremy Lin, number one, and of course, Derrick Rose. It's Crawford with the drive. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Crawford's got his second bucket of the game to go. Well, Steve was talking before we got to that little segment there about playing them more. It was 2 games last year, 2 wins. It's probably a safe assumption they've got a lot of confidence heading into this first meeting, Clark, this year.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, they appear to be at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of talent. But nothing's ever a sure thing, Kevin. That's why we play the game.
I like that. Good. Now Bledsoe and Jeremy Lin's three-pointer that didn't go. Turkoglu, screen on Smith. Here's Bellinelli. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
ちょっと待てよ、これおかしい、これおかしい、これおかしい。こんだけボコボコにやられるってか。なんとか、なんとかできる。うわ、これ無理やわ。前に全部回られる。全部前に回られんのどういうこと？
They need this one. That's good.
Okay.
Bynum's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Bledsoe passes to Moniunas. Turkoglu, screen on Smith. And Bellinelli kicks to Turkoglu. 6 on the shot clock. They double team Bledsoe.
ジャンプボール。
And Portland has possession.
いや、こんなの投げていいの？いや、あかんぞ、この流れは。この流れはあかんぞ、ちょっと待てよ。
And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lane. Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflections that may lead to steals.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Moniunas out there at Perkins. Then there's Bellinelli. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's Bledsoe in at the guard position.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off. You know, last season the Blazers were able to get 23 wins on the road. That's better than 500. An excellent mark for them and a big part of why they grabbed the 5th seed in the Western Conference.
Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut back down to 5 points in the make from Bynum.
しっかり止めていこう。しっかり止めていこう。
Bledsoe outside.
離れて。今離れすぎた。
13 feet away. Here's Perkins. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We'll take a look at the Pistons. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course, the New York Knicks, 8 games out.
Checking out New York. I mean, they've had a heck of a time of it from day one this season. I mean, it's still way too early to start writing their obituary, but they have something. Well, they have, Clark, and you're right, this season is so long.
何回ミスんねん。そう。いいチャンスやったのに、そうだ。さあ、ベルだ。
There's a whistle that goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game.
もう今のじゃないか。
West comes in for Perkins, and it's Crawford in for Bledsoe. It's Crawford with the drive, and he gets the bucket. Crawford's got 6. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lin dishes to Rose. Right side Rose. Again, the Trailblazers score.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside. Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, Derek Fisher going straight from his playing to his new job as the Knicks head coach. He brushed aside questions about his lack of experience, saying, basketball is a game that I'm experienced in playing, understanding, leading in, and helping achieve the greatest gift in the world as an athlete, and that's being a champion. Not bad, guys.
No lack of confidence. He understands winning doors. Thanks. Porter with the steal. Crawford against Land. The dish to Porter. Back to Crawford. West setting the pick for Crawford. They get a hand on it. Taken away by Nene. And now Portland on the break. Lynn with the ball. And that one's good.
Great unselfishness on the fast break.
New York comes into this one following a loss to the Hornets.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference. And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim.
よっしゃ。これはでかいよ。これはでかい。いや、ガンガンこう押し下げていった結果やね、これはね。下がるのはあれやけど、下がりすぎるとこうなってしまうと。打たんけどね。打たんけど、ほんで、これでどうや。
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
1:36 left now here in the second. West to screen on Lynn.
やべ。
It's Crawford with the drive. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Crawford's got 8.
そう、スッと抜けられたな。これはあかん。
New York Knicks were ranked
どうや、
as
これ
the
どうや。
NBA's most
これいいんちゃう。よ
valuable
っしゃ。
franchise recently, and with team values skyrocketing, the Knicks came in at around $1.5 billion. That's a B, billion.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. And of course, for the Knicks, a huge part of their value comes from playing in the Big Apple.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. The business and media capital of the United States, they go out of their way to attract the big stars to the games. Courtside seats for the top names. That helps give the Knicks an allure, kind of a glamour that a lot of franchises don't have.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
ちょっと待って。
Here's Bledsoe. Drills the baseline jumper. Bledsoe's got his second bucket.
That jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage. Yeah, they've been pulling up and watching them go down.
Okay.
Good. Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size. Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs? Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
New York leading by 4. Good. Bledsoe's got 6 in the quarter.
Slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Rose passes to Brewer. Parsons for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively. Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
But 2 dishes to Bledsoe. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
さあ、いけ、入れ。うおー、入らんかったか。入るかと思った一瞬。はい、前半終了です。後半続きます。